Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. It's a pretty windy day today, but it's really nice outside. It's 45, it's not really cold, it's just the wind. So I want to still get this video out to you to show you what I'm up to today. If you've been following me for a while, you know I recently bought these Limelights. These are the proven winners, Limelight Panicle Hydrangeas, and I got me 5 of them from Lowe's on clearance. And because I'll be going away for a while and I don't have anybody to water my stuff, I don't want to keep these in the containers for too long. So even though they can stay there, but they would need to kind of be watered anyway, they're just better off in the ground. So this is what they're looking like. They got damaged, not damaged, but they got zapped when we were down to 24 and 23 and 22 at Lowe's. So this is the condition I actually bought them in. But these bloom on new wood. And because of that, it really doesn't matter, I'm going to prune this back. I'm not going to prune it before I plant it. I'm going to put it in the ground, leave it alone, and then I will prune it probably in February or something. But they're all looking great. And I've actually done the test to make sure they're all alive. I've scratched the branches and they're all green, so they're all perfectly fine. And I don't know if they're root bound or not, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. What I'm going to do is get these in the ground, water them in, and then I'll feel better when I'm away that they're not just in the container getting freeze and thawed, because they're just better off in the ground. All right, guys, so I have dug my hole, and I dug it the 1.5 the size of the Proven Winners container. That's a 2-gallon. So this is wide enough for me to put this plant in. I've added the soil conditioner half, and actually a little bit more than half. So because the clay is so hard back here, I need to give the plant a really good chance by giving it even more soil conditioner. It helps with the drainage, and that's what a lot of these nurseries grow in the South, especially. That's what they are growing their plants in. So when the plant comes from being in soil conditioner or in pine bark, when it's in pine bark and we take it out and we just throw it in clay, the plant struggle. For me personally, that's what I've noticed. The plant struggles a little bit. It will make it, but it will struggle. But if you help it out by adding some soil conditioner to it, then the plant will be easier acclimate to the new home. And this is the consistency I'm looking for. So this is a total mix of the clay that I took out the hole and the actual soil conditioner. And I'm liking this thing because when the roots start making their way out, this is what they're going to feel, this is what they're going to go into, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be happy with it. I'm not going to I'm not going to fertilize right now. Again, we're in the second week of December. I don't need to be fertilizing anything, but I definitely do fertilize in early March or late February, depending on the weather and all that jazz. So this is the consistency I'm looking for. Now let's see if the plant itself is root bound. All right, guys, the roots don't look that bad at all. I can literally use my finger and try to loosen it up. I'm not going to go crazy on it because I don't need to. Sometimes I use the knife if the roots are really root bound. But if I can use my hand and kind of scratch it down and it begins to loosen things up, then that's all I'm going to do here for this particular plant. See? Doesn't look that bad at all. And I could go a little further and keep doing it some more. And especially since it's clay, that it's going to go into, I definitely want to do it a little bit more. But no need for the knife today. So let me get this planted. As a reminder, I plant my plants 1 to 2 inches above the soil grade. So if you notice here, this is the soil grade right here. This is the edge of the hole that I dug, right? And here is my plant, and here is the root ball edge, and this is literally 1.5 inches above the soil grade. What I'll end up doing is using mulch to fill that space, because I definitely don't want any soil on top here. I never cover up here. I've noticed that, and I've learned that when you're planting shrubs, never cover here, neither with dirt nor mulch. Whatever if you can, you need to be able to still see this when you're done planting, mulching and all. So this should not be covered, and then I will bring the mulch closer to the edge line so that when we do get our rain, and again, this is hard clay, that it moves away from the root ball. It doesn't go in and drowns the plant, and nothing's covered, and it prevents diseases and everything. So that's been my little thing that I do. I do not plant my plants flush, nor do I plant them below the soil grade. It has to be above the soil grade to help with the drainage. So that's pretty much the first planting that I have here. All I have to do is bring the rest of the soil to the edge and the mulch, and I will finish up planting the others, and I'll show you how it all ends up looking in the end. All right, guys, they are all in the ground, and as I mentioned, every last one of them, you can still see the root ball poking out at the top. These are 1 to 2 inches above the soil line. So that's number 1. Here's number 2. There's the root ball again. And I'm using the leaves as the mulch for now. I'm not buying any new mulch. I'm going to let the leaves that fall off of these trees be the mulch for the winter, and I will get a lot of leaves. I have a lot of trees in my yard, and even though sometimes the leaves can be a nuisance, they really do help me out in the garden in reference to free mulch. This is the first one I planted and showed you on video, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. It was kind of hard to dig into the clay, but I had to dig into it, and I put a lot of soil conditioner in it. So I will definitely give you an update on all these plants when they start leafing out in the spring. All that's left to do right now is to water them in. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if you have limelight hedges. I think everybody kind of does, because they're such a big deal and people love them so much. But this is my first set of limelights, and I'm hoping that all 5 survive the winter. And I'm in Georgia, so the winter is not usually bad. We'll get a lot of rain for sure, and which is why I mounted it up. Let me know what you think, guys. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted on all my new videos. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.